Well, when the clock struck midnight, more than 800 new laws took effect here in California.
Yeah, we're talking about laws, everything from internet privacy to gun laws. And here to talk about some of these new laws, attorney AnneElise Goetz. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for working on the first day of the new year.
No problem. Happy to be here.
Now, there's a long list of laws, and I know when you first came in, you told us there were a couple that really are on your radar more than any other because there was some pushback on texting while driving, and I'm going to say it that way so you can explain what that really means.
I think a lot of people will be surprised to hear that as of today, you can send, receive, and listen to text messages while driving, so long as you're doing so on a hands-free, voice-operated device, i.e. Siri or Google Now, those types of devices. But anyone that has those devices knows that in order to send those texts, receive those texts, you do have to touch the screen. There is an activity involved, and as a result, your eyes are taken off the road. And so California does tend to enact a lot of different types of legislation that catches the attention of the nation and the world, and this is one of those types where we're seeing a lot of chatter in the federal government as well as other states kind of reacting to the fact that in 2008 we had our original legislation go through and it was so positive and we saw the reduction in deaths, and now we're taking this measure and maybe the safety issues that could be involved by having.
So Pandora's box is opening up a little bit again.
Yes.
Also, there are some other laws. Internet privacy is something that a lot of people are concerned about. Recently, we had the Instagram snafu.
Yes.
What's new as far as that goes?
Well, this is important for both college students as well as employees. Right now, an employer as well as a university is no longer able to request the username or password of any kind of social media sites. The fact of the matter is I represent a lot of businesses, and if you're looking for a job, you really shouldn't be having anything on your Facebook page that wouldn't reflect positively on you anyways. So while this is an important step to have some internet privacy, I don't think the impact will be that great, in particular with this law. One thing that we have seen, you were just referencing Jerry Sandusky and that trial. California has reacted to that piece of major legal issue, and we now have a piece of legislation that requires coaches and administrators to report any suspicion of child abuse. This was already enacted for teachers, but now we have that same duty placed on coaches and administrators, and I think that it's in direct response to Jerry Sandusky and hopefully to avoid a similar situation that we saw there.
A couple of new laws involving gays, one involving gay clergy, or clergy members marrying people who are gay, an exemption there. And also, and this is strange, the form of psychotherapy that is designed to, in a sense, cure gayness, and that's been outlawed in California.
It has. We are the first state to outlaw this type of therapy, and it is essentially what they're trying to do. It's specific to minors. That's what's important here. Is it's saying that therapists, psychotherapists are unable to do this gay therapy, conversion therapy anymore. And we have 2 lawsuits right now. So this law did not go into effect on January 1. It's being challenged in the courts, and we had the judges go 2 different ways on the lawsuit. So it's currently in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and they've issued a stay, so it's not going into effect, but it's a First Amendment issue. Essentially, the therapists are saying that we have the First Amendment right to be able to say what we want to our patients and use a therapy that we think is best.
Something else that some changes when it comes to driving, especially a blood test is now required for people suspected of driving under the influence.
Correct. We're no longer seeing the urine tests anymore. So you used to have that option. Do you want to have a urine test or a blood test? The blood tests are more accurate, and now it's just strictly blood tests.
You stop. Do you have to succumb to that? Do you have to take that test?
Not necessarily. What you'll see first is the field sobriety test, and then if you're brought in, then you have that potential to have that test taken.
Just a couple of other quick things as we there's a driver's licenses for undocumented students that fall under certain rules of the Obama administration, and also for California voters. some new laws involving registering to vote, maybe even on the day of Election Day.
Yes, I think this is fantastic. Voting is an important right for this country as well as in California, and with this new law, you can register to vote the day of the election.
Which is great for college students, too, because they
is.
think about it the day before. A lot of them. I won't name names, but yeah.
Right up to the end.
Exactly, yes.
All right.
All right. AnneElise Goetz, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Happy New Year.
Thank you for having me. Happy New Year to you, too.